Well, howdy folks, how you going? Rob here. Welcome to the channel if you're new. Welcome back if you're a regular. We've come down to Wyaralong Dam after I've picked up the goods from the post office from iTechWorld there, just south of Brizzy, and an absolutely fantastic place to come for a day, guys. This is unreal. It has absolutely everything you could need on a day trip out. You've got horse riding, you've got trail bike riding, bush walking, hanging out by the dam, fishing, the whole lot. You can do it all here. Bird watching, there's an amazing array of birds that I saw coming in, which is absolutely fantastic. Wildlife everywhere, great day out. If you're in the area, come down and check out Wyaralong Dam. And one of the newest dams in Brisbane or Queensland. 2011 is when they sort of filled it. They built it in 2010 and yeah, 2011. Yeah, so she's only 10, 12 years old, something like that. Anyway, we're not here to talk about Wyaralong Dam all day. We're here to talk about the iTechWorld JS80 Jump Starter, which I've just picked up. Why did I buy this? Now, there's a little story that I haven't told anyone, but I'm going to give it away here. One of the first times I went camping in the Ranger here was out to Camp Logan Farm, and guys there, Cameron and everyone, absolutely fantastic. I'm going to head out there again, and I'll probably do a clip on the place, guys. It's such a great little spot and lots of history too. Anyway, went out there, couple of nights, fantastic, all the rest of it, absolutely gorgeous. Went to start the car after I packed up. Yeah, nah, it wasn't happening. Somehow the battery had gone flat. I don't know whether I left the lights on, the interior light. I don't know whether the charger for the dual battery connection to the alternator and stuff was wigging out. I have no idea what happened, but I went to leave, everything packed up, ready to rock and roll, and we couldn't start. So up went the bonnet. Luckily I had some solar panels and a connector to get from the terminals of the battery to the solar panel through the regulator. After about an hour, managed to get the battery charged up enough from the solar. I was able to start the car, away we went. The battery, she was stuffed, had to get it replaced. A couple of $100 there, all the rest of it. And I thought, yeah, I'm not doing this again. I need a solution. So, hence the iTechWorld JS80 Jump Starter. I looked around at all the other brands, guys, but this one just seemed to tick all the boxes, and the power in it and the versatility this thing has was just enough for me. This thing, for a start, can start up, hence the pun, excuse the pun, a 10-litre petrol, up to a 10-litre petrol engine, and up to an 8-litre diesel engine. Obviously the Ranger is not an 8-litre diesel engine, but that just shows you the capability of this thing. It's a lithium powered battery inside it with 3,000 amps, which is absolutely unreal. So you should be able to start absolutely anything with this jump starter. I'm talking caravan batteries, I'm talking when you go camping, if you just want more power. Your car, obviously, if you run it flat like I did. Out in your boat, if you've got a boat and you get stuck and you got to start the engine or whatever and it's not cranking over, this thing will save you. Trust me, this thing will absolutely get you out of the crap. All right, enough talking about it. Let's crack it open and have a look. Fantastic packaging too from iTechWorld. And one of the coolest things we're going to do, guys, the battery here isn't flat. Geez, I hope it's not anyway. But we're going to go to a mate's place of mine who's kindly agreed to chuck a dead battery in his car, and we'll crank it over and see if this thing can get it started. We'll do that towards the end of the episode, so make sure you stick around. But anyway, let's go through the unit, crack it open, check it out, see what you get, and have a bit of a look at it. Packaging is awesome. Little protective cover there at the top. This unit looks amazing. Let's have a look. Let me pull it out for you. Here she is. The JS80 3000 amp iTechWorld Jump Starter. Have a go at that. That is a solid unit, this thing. And not too heavy. It's only about, well, according to the packaging, it's 1.3 kilos, which is quite good, actually. All right, let's get the rest out. Pop that down there. Obviously, the jump starting cables with the appropriate pin. Very, very short, but that's all you need. You're not running a long cable from one car to another. You're just literally coming straight out of the unit to your battery. So very, very cool. We'll pop them back in there. Now let's check out the accessories you get. You get a manual, very good. Always read the manual, guys. Make sure that doesn't fall off. You get a USB-C cable, USB-C to USB-C. This thing, we'll get into it a little bit later, can charge a MacBook Pro, as well as other devices that are USB-C, but that's how powerful this little thing is. The 12-volt SIG socket to DC port. Now, this thing will run your fridge for several hours, guys. I've got a fridge in the back. We're going to turn it on, we're going to fire it up, see if it works. The claim is it can run a fridge, and with 3000 amps inside this thing, shouldn't have any dramas at all. It also depends obviously on how much amperage and power your fridge draws as to how long it can run the fridge. It doesn't have to be your fridge, guys. If you've got camp lights or something like that, you want to come out of here with your SIG socket connector, you can do that too. One other thing, you can run an inverter off this up to 200 watts, guys. A 200 watt inverter with a male SIG socket, plug straight into there, into here, and you can run an inverter to charge your laptop through the traditional charger, something up to 200 watts off the inverter if you've only got the 240 volt plug. All right, what else do you get? We have a power adapter with USB-C. One of the coolest things about this one, and a lot of them don't do it on the market, is you can charge this and use it at the same time. So there's another little plug in here. You're thinking, so what? You've got it plugged into 240. Why would you need this at that time? It also comes with an iTechWorld, very sexy looking SIG socket plug to charge the device with. It comes with USB-C and a standard USB-A. Out of your SIG socket in your car while you're driving your car. And at the same time, if you've got something else you want to be charging up, you can use that with the iTechWorld Jump Starter. Okay, there's something else in here too. We have gorgeous looking cover. How nice is that? iTechWorld. Little felt cover there, absolutely fantastic. And that will fit that and all your accessories all into one box, all into one cover. All right, let's get into the nuts of the Jump Starter. Let's check out these ports, see what they do. So, moving around the box, we have the on button at the top, torch light button, and the down the bottom here. Yes, it has a torch, 500 lumens. I won't bother turning it on now because it's pretty bright in the middle of the day here, so we'll turn it on tonight and I'll show you how that looks. And then we have the jumper lead button here. So what happens here, this is the most important part of the whole thing, obviously. You connect that into the connection. Now it only goes one way with the plugs. So we'll open this up, pop that in, plug that into there. That's nice and secure. As you can see, it's not going anywhere. Then obviously you go to negative and positive on your battery. Hit that button, you'll hear a click. Once you hear the click from the iTechWorld Jump Starter, go around to the front of the car, start the car, and you'll find she'll start first go. Well, hopefully anyway. We're gonna find out a little bit later. Just a note with the jump starting cables, guys. This is reverse polarity protected. Now, if you, for whatever reason, accidentally put the negative on the positive and the positive on the negative, you won't harm the unit. You hit that button and you won't hear the click. You'll actually see some error lights appear, and that will tell you that something is not quite right. But obviously, black to negative, red to positive, you'll be fine every day of the week. Now, when all the covers are on for the USB ports and the 12 volt outlet, it is IP65 rated. So it is technically waterproof at that point. As soon as you open one of these ports, yeah, it's not waterproof anymore. Around the front, we have the DC port for the DC cable. I'll just get that out and show you. Plug that into there. And then you can run your fridge off it. 2 USB ports, standard USBs on the one little rubber cover there. High powered ones, so they're at least 2.4 amp. And the last one in the corner here is the PD port, which can provide up to 20 volts at 3 amps, guys, which is absolutely unreal. You can charge your MacBook Pro, your GoPros, your cameras, your whatever, off that little PD port using the USB-C to USB-C cable that is included with the kit. Which is another point too. Everything here is included. You don't need to go out and buy a single thing after you buy this pack, which is absolutely awesome. All the cables are included. Now, something I did want to know before I bought it is how long will this thing last on a charge? Once you charge it to 100%, how long can I leave it sitting in the back seat for before it goes flat? And all of a sudden I get a flat battery in the car and I go to start it with this thing. It's been sitting in the back seat for a while and it doesn't work because it's gone flat. How long have I got? You've got up to 6 months. However, every 2 months, rip it out of the car, which is what I'll do. Chuck it on charge in the house for a couple of hours, get it back up to 100%, and then put it back in and you're good for another 2 months. It doesn't do a trickle charge though, guys, so you can't leave it plugged into the wall, you know, for 3, 4, 5 days on end, leaving it charged at 100%. It'll actually do more damage than good to the battery inside this thing. Now the DC port, guys, like I was saying, can run your fridge and everything else. Can run at 12 volt, obviously, because it's a 12 volt SIG socket. It's the amperage that matters. Now, it can run 12 volt, 10 amps, which should cover most fridges. Probably not those huge, crazy ones that some people have, but your 40 litre fridges, things like that, like I've got, no dramas at all. The Evercool in the back here should be able to run off this thing. I'm not going to do it yet because I'm going to charge it overnight, and then tomorrow we're going to go to my mate's place and we'll do the crank over with the battery and we'll run the fridge and everything else once I've given it a full charge. All right, time to hit the road. Let's get out of here. Alrighty folks, here we are in the garage. The weather has turned on us, which is unfortunate, so I've had to pull the fridge out of the back of the tub here. We've got it here in the garage. We're going to run the fridge off the jump starter, the iTechWorld JS80, using the DC to 12 volt SIG socket. Now, to get to Anderson plugs, if you're running an Anderson like I am here on the fridge, you see that there, obviously it's a 12 volt SIG socket. You can buy these little converters. Doesn't come with the pack, mind you, but you can get them from most camping stores and that sort of stuff. You want a female SIG socket to Anderson plug. So what we're going to do, plug that in here. I've already had the fridge running to get it up to temperature, so we're sitting at 0 degrees at the moment. So what we'll do is we'll plug the DC port in. So you'll see we've also got some USBs connected up here as well. We're going to charge up at the same time as running the fridge a GoPro Black 7, a Samsung Note 9, and some Samsung earbuds. So they're going to come off the 2 USB ports and the PD port. The time is 12:05. I'm going to turn this unit on now. I'm going to leave it for 2 hours. We're sitting at 100%, she's fully charged, and we're going to see in 2 hours what the percentage is like left on the jump starter here. The fridge does give a readout of the voltage display coming into the device, so you will be able to see how much is left in this guy. The fridge, when the compressor is running, runs at about 4 amps or 4 to 4.5 amps while the compressor is running, and averages about 27 watts per hour. All right, that's enough for me. Let's get the test going. So we're going to turn it on. LEDs light up to 100%. Check the fridge. Fridge is fired up. The time is exactly 12:05. I'm going to plug in the Note 9. Yep, I've got a charge symbol there. That is completely flat, guys. The GoPro, which I think is sitting about 80% charge, something like that. And this guy, the Samsung earbuds, will come off the PD port, which has enough power to charge a MacBook Pro, and you can see the red light there going. So we're charging everywhere. It is 12:05. The fridge is telling me it's running, and we'll come back in about 2 hours. All right, see you soon. Well, alrighty folks, it is 2 o'clock, 2:05, somewhere around there, and the fridge is actually running right now. The compressor is running. So what we'll do, to really give this a test, I'm going to turn the torch on as well, and we'll see where our metering is on the percentage level on the LEDs. It still says 75%. Now I've got everything still connected and now the torch on. I don't know if you can see that there, but the torch is on as well. So if we have a look at the fridge, it is saying it's getting 11.3 volts in at the moment. So, which seems low, but the compressor is running. So obviously it's getting a high current draw at the moment. So we'll wait until the compressor turns off and see what that goes back to. Our phone, after 2 hours, is now 100%. That was at absolute 0. The GoPro, 100%. And our buds, I noticed these went green and fully charged at about the hour mark. So 75% with the fridge running and the torch on as well. Everything connected all up at once. 2 hours in, still 75%. You're probably going to get a full night out of this, I reckon, if you were just to have it on the fridge and take everything else off, for example. But if you're charging phones overnight and stuff, you're probably going to get a couple of days just out of the USB charging itself, let alone jump starting a car. All right, I'll pause the video just to wait for the compressor to stop running, and then we'll see what the status is at. Alrighty, as you can see, I've removed everything while the fridge was still running. The only thing connected to this now is the fridge, and I'll just turn the torch off. There we go, torch is off, and the LEDs are still saying 75%, and the fridge now back up to 12.2 volts. So 75% remaining, but it's still getting the full 12 volt into the battery to power to power the fridge. Fantastic, awesome. This thing, if you're thinking about getting one, guys, well, we've only got the jump start to do, but so far it's looking like a darn good buy. So tonight, once the sun goes down, we'll turn the torch on, 500 lumens, shine it around, see how bright it is, and then tomorrow we're off to try and jump start the car. Well, the sun's gone down. Here we are outside the house, and boom, look at that. 500 lumens in your face. How good is that? That is super bright, plenty bright. For a little unit, that's packing quite a punch. All right, see you in the morning. 2013 V8 SS Commodore. Been sitting in his driveway for a little bit now, and it is winter time, so the battery has gone flat, unfortunately. But fortunate for us, because that means we can try out the iTech Jump Starter and see how she goes. V8 Commodore, it's 6 litres. These things can go up to 10 litres. So we won't diddy-daddle around because I know most of you skip to this part of the video because it's the most interesting part and what you really want to see to make sure this thing works. You want to try and turn her over, mate? We'll see how she goes. Dead as a doorknob. Dead as a doorknob. All right, time to chuck the iTechWorld in line and see how we go. Alrighty guys, as you can see, we've got the iTechWorld all connected up, ready to go, and let's hit it. Hey, first go, nice one. Alrighty guys, there you go, up and running. Just got my mate here out of a jam. His car's back up and running. He'll let that idle for a little while and charge up the battery before he goes for a drive. And the iTechWorld JS80 saved the day. Remember, once you've used it in this sort of capacity, make sure you chuck it back on charge when you get home, or chuck it into the cigarette lighter and use that USB-C cable into the PD port. Charge it up when you're driving away again. That way she's good to go for the next round. I think I've just shown you there, guys, what an amazing investment. If not to help yourself out, to help a mate out, to get him out of the trouble. If you get to camp and other people are in trouble, they can't start their car again, it's always nice to be the guy who can help out wherever you can. And as you saw earlier, guys, she runs the fridge like a dream, no dramas there at all. You can use this thing just as a personal power bank if you want, as well as to be able to save yourself when you need to start your car or someone else's. But yeah, guys, she's got the torch, she's got the USB ports, you can run a MacBook Pro off this thing, how good is it? And you can start yours and everybody else's car around you. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, guys, and plenty more of this sort of content coming your way, and we'll see you on the next one. Cheers.